I'm comparing, well, or physically showing off the differences between the Pixi 4 6-inch version available on Tesco Mobile in the UK from them on a contract or pay-as-you-go for £85 with an unlock fee of £10 if you're on pay-as-you-go. And on the right hand side it's a 64GB iPhone 6s Plus. Now you can see the difference between the screen brightness. Both are set to full brightness as you can see on the settings. So now I'll turn the iPhone off and show you the difference with the I'll show you what this can do. Right. This is a snowcat video, is a motorcyclist, etc. I'll just skip the advert when I can get to it. This I'm showing you, it's got the 720 screen but it's 6 inches, but if you actually watch this and when you select quality it will only go up to 480. That's because this video is actually in 720 at 60 or 1080 at 60, so it can't actually do a decent resolution. But if I go to my own YouTube page, look at, I can show you that it will actually play. This is a 4K video I did on the iPhone, and you can see that it will actually do 720 video, so it's not too bad. Now, to say it's a low cost phone, the build quality is not too bad. I don't get any creaks out of it. Now the display is surprisingly good, but only if you're looking at it straight on. You can see there I'm filming it. If I pick the phone up and slightly move it off angle, obviously you're not going to be doing ridiculous angles. Now when it's playing videos it's not too noticeable, but as soon as you start looking at web pages, etc., it starts to go a bit ridiculous at the quality of the image. Now it is quite loud, but that's another speaker on the Mac. I'll be back in a minute. Right, took it to your home page, double click to turn off. On the left hand side there is nothing whatsoever on that side. I've not clipped the case on properly. On the back you've got an 8 megapixel camera which is pants. You've got the LED flash and a microphone, and then on the top a 3.5mm only. The right hand side you've got power and volume up and down, nothing else, and on the bottom you'll have a microphone and the micro USB. On the front you've got a 5 megapixel camera which again is pants, but again it is only an £85 phone. And there you can see the earpiece and an LED flash, which even an £800 iPhone doesn't have. You see there, it's double tapped away. Now, the thing about this is as well, it's a Snapdragon 210 quad core at 1.1. I'll just pop up the CPU Z, should I say. There you go, you can see it's a quad core. The device has got 1.4 gig of RAM. Now the annoying thing about this is I've got an old 1 GHz phone, single core, and even my 1.6 GHz Orange San Diego machine will actually play San Andreas at high settings quite well, where this struggles with it for some reason. And also you can't play TrueSkate on it very well. Now 10 pinch shuffle works fine, Air Attack HD works fine, Blocky Roads works fine. Dead Run I've not tried yet, and I've not tried Flight Control yet. Minecraft runs not too bad once it gets going. Leo's Fortune plays smooth as anything. I'm quite shocked because that normally needs quite an high CPU to do that. X-Men I've not tried. Now Reckless Racing, if you turn the settings all the way down, that also have low resolution as well, that will run. The astonishing thing about this is I've just got rid of a Nexus 4 with 2 GB of RAM and the Snapdragon S4 Pro CPU and quad core. And that actually this runs faster than that, and that was quite smooth, but that did have 2 gig of RAM, where this has only got the 1.4, as you could see in the CPU-Z app. Bear with me, my ceiling light is getting in the way. Now the Nexus 4, I was getting over 6,000 on Quadrant, where this, as you'll see, scores well above that when it's running properly. Don't know if I mentioned this is being filmed on a Samsung S2. It's the Samsung Tab S2 9.7. Because obviously I couldn't use my iPhone because it was in the video. Now the iPhone is just a little bit bigger, right? Smaller, not much so. And if you look, we're getting a Quadrant score of 8,569, which is pretty decent for an £85 phone. But it is beating machines that can, phones that can play games that this can't, which is a bit odd. It could be down to the GPU, I'm not quite sure, because obviously it's a more advanced GPU than what's in the older devices, but for some reason the software might actually be optimised for the different devices as such. That plays perfectly fine. Tabletop Racing, that's a really nice game on this. Now the Wi-Fi will only do 2.4 GHz, there's no 5 GHz, but it will actually runs at nearly 40 meg, which I'll just demonstrate. I'm on a 75 megabyte BT service. Generally it works at full speed all the time, generally. But it's not going wrong. There you go. So that's more than enough to watch some videos. But what I found is I've been downloading games like San Andreas, which when it's installed is 2.4 gig and the download's about 2.1 gig. And it'll get to a certain 100 or 200 or 300 megabytes into the download, and then it just locks up for minutes and minutes. And then it'll start back up and carry on downloading when there's currently nothing actually wrong with my Wi-Fi. So I don't know why that's running like that, but as you can see from the score there, it's pretty reasonable actually. Higher than some 2.4 gig devices that I sometimes use. Again, you can see this screen there. Now if I go into Minecraft, I can show you a little bit. It's hard to do when you've only got one hand free, to be honest. See, that's it. It's not the quickest at loading, which is odd because it has got as much memory as what it's got. This is a good one for showing the viewing angles are lacking when you. Obviously, I've got the light above me as well, but that doesn't stop the viewing angles. It just puts the light in the middle of the screen. But I'm not getting what I'd call bleed from it at all when it's on a dark screen. Obviously, it does look slightly grey because it is backlit, but as you can see here, more than fast enough. So that's a quick look at the Alcatel Pixi 4 6-inch, available on Tesco for £85 with an unlock fee of £10 to use on another network, and on contract from £8.50 on a 2-year contract. I'm not connected with Tesco, and thanks for watching.